One day I just started getting headaches, and they just started getting worse and worse, and that went on for 2 weeks. And during that 2 weeks, every day just got worse and worse and worse. So I had a headache. It really felt like a sinus type thing. Like I felt it in the front really throbbing. The pain radiated. I could really feel it in the front, but it was honestly an all over thing in my head. The headaches lasted all day, from the moment I woke up to the moment I couldn't even sleep. But it lasted for, and that lasted for 2 weeks. Yeah, the headaches were just so painful, like that I even had to call into work, which was really weird for me because I never call in, but they were just for my job I had to drive, and so I couldn't even drive. The headache was just a continual, just it really felt like a vice was just continually pressing on my head, and I mean it's I could almost feel my pulse in my head, so it was pretty bad. Sleeping, just standing up, opening my eyes even just hurt. The only thing that wasn't aggravating was sleeping. So anything besides sleep. I tried ibuprofen, and at first it maybe helped a little bit, but not really. It just was, it, it helped for maybe a few minutes, but the pain just came right back. So I I led a sedentary life at that time, so I didn't exercise much. So I thought maybe that had something to do with it. So I tried to go running, which is and didn't help. I feel like it made it worse, really. So the pain from the headaches was constant and continuous all throughout the day, all day. The time of day didn't matter. It was just constant, continuous, and as the days went, it just got worse and worse. My pain, on a scale from 1 to 10, from the first day that I started getting headaches, probably started at a 6. By the time 2 weeks rolled around, it was at a 9. So before the headaches started, I with my work, I had to spray houses for bugs, and when you do that, you have to get to the foundation of the houses, and sometimes I'd had to um, I'd have to duck under decks and and eaves, and sometimes I would knock my head and wouldn't think anything of it. So we think that might have caused it. And also, not too long before the headaches happened, I was just boxing with a few of my cousins, and with boxing you get hit in the head. So when I finally decided to go in and see someone about the headaches, I was afraid to go into primary care because I was really afraid I would just walk in and they would just say, "Hey, here's some ibuprofen," and call me in the morning. So I decided to go to a specialty clinic place. He said, we'll just do some imaging just in case. And I was like, okay, great. That's all I want. So after the imaging, he told me that I had a slow bleed in my head. the slow bleed was, and it was so slow, and that I was lucky that it was really slow, that usually people need to be seen before 2 weeks of having these headaches. And that's when he told me that that it was pretty severe and that they needed to get me into surgery right away. So when he told me the results, he had already scheduled an emergency surgery at a local hospital. After the surgery, I felt relieved that I woke up in the first place because I'd never had surgery before. So I was just happy that I was alive. After the surgery, I didn't feel any pain. The headaches were gone. From the surgery is this little divot in my head. It's like a little crater. And so it feels funny. But they had me come back 6 months later just to check up, and everything was fine. So, and everything's been fine for the last 14 years. Any headaches that I've had since the subdural hematoma have just been normal. And usually it's when I am sleep deprived. So my name's Eki. Thank you for listening to my story about my subdural hematoma.
Well guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to MNEMONIC for the latest educational videos. We want to give a big thanks to Eki for sharing his story about his subdural hematoma. Also make sure to check out our website, www.menmedici.com. Check out our shop page. We have very cool immersion kits for sale and several other items as well.